Everything you need to know about car body kits by Torkyo.
The cars on screen are very cool. A Countach and a Veyron doesn't get cooler than that, don't you think? Except, they're not cool.
Huh?
Picture this. You get absolutely hammered one night, and so you go home with a girl. Then in the morning, you wake up, not having a clue of what happened last night, and turn to see Moto in bed with you.
I like them big.
Okay.
The reason I use this analogy is because both of these cars are fake. They're replicas made from body kits. The first is a Mirage Countach, fitting name, and the Veyron is actually a 2002 Ford Mercury. This is the first type of body kit that you can find for cars.
If it looks nice, it looks nice.
Body kits aren't always used for crimes against humanity. They're also used to make...
I mean, in the same way, people, you know, like they body kit themselves with Botox and plastic surgery, right? So if the result is that they do good, I guess I don't really mind. That's fine with me.
Cars cooler. Now, to find truly cool body kits, we must go to Alibaba. Have you ever seen cars that are wide? Like so wide that they can't even fit on some streets. Yeah, cars like the Aventador face this issue a lot, which is why there's a type of body kit created to make them even wider. They're called wide body kits. Liberty Walk, who are one of the most famous designers of wide body kits, made this Aventador. But there are also other brands that make wide body kits, such as Pandem, Street Hunter, and Prior Design, just to name a few. Some wide bodies actually improve the aerodynamics of a car surprisingly, but let's be real, that's like 1 in every 10 kits. They're mostly for aesthetic reasons because the look of wide cars, along with the ability to install fatter tires, does appeal to a few people who are probably 12. I'm joking, I love the curves. Not just on cars. As with the previous segment, I again have a few cars to show you. Take a look at this Charger Hellcat and this Type R. Also take a look at this Maybach. You may be asking, excuse me Torkyo, what body kit is installed on these cars? The cars themselves are the body kits.
You need a weed!
Up-badging. This is when people take cars and then up-badge them to make them seem faster, more valuable, or just generally to make their cars seem better than they are. I don't get this way of thinking at all. It just reeks of insecurity. Speaking of, Marcus. Yes, you, Mark.
I don't know. Like, for example, like, you know, if you can make your car look like a Lamborghini, but with just a kit and it's way cheaper, I guess why not? I mean, you know, in the end, you're still gonna just drive your car around the neighborhood and in the city. You're not gonna race with it, so you don't actually need the crazy, you know, speed and deluxe features. You just want like the cool look of it, so why not? It's a skin. I think it's fine.
I see you driving your clapped out V6 Charger with the Hellcat kit every morning. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner, Marcus. You're not fooling me, Marcus. I'll catch you one day, Marcus. I'm coming for that ass. You think that's all? Let me ask you something. Where do you think these guys even get their kits? You think car manufacturers make them? Nope. They get them on Alibaba. Like, it's already bad enough to up-badge your car, but to do it with an Alibaba kit? These are the same dudes that buy Alibaba turbos and complain when it flies up to Mars. Let me show you a few more absolutely horrendous up-badged cars. This fake C-Class with a C63 body kit. Like, brother, why? Or this fake M5. Put in all that effort just to forget to change the mirrors, and even if he did, he'd probably be gapped by a grandma regardless, so what's the point? Ever heard of ABT Sportsline? Okay, you may or may not have. Ever heard of Alpina? Alright. Ever heard of Brabus?
I don't want that. I want it. I want it. Give me all of it. Give me all of it.
This is the next segment of body kits, because these aren't just companies that make body kits, even though this is a body kit video, and I'd said I'd be telling you everything you need to know about body kits, which is why these body kits are extremely important for this third body kit segment in this body kit video.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
ABT specializes in cars from the Volkswagen Group. Alpina specializes in cars from BMW. Brabus specializes in cars from Mercedes. The difference here is that they are tuning companies, not just ones that make body kits. Let's take a look at ABT with this, which looks like a regular RS7 with some aggressive bits here and there. That's probably what your grandma would tell you, but your grandma is wrong, because this has 1000 horsepower. Now let's go to Alpina, who are a bit different from ABT, not just because they specialize.
So now it's like, you buy a shitty car, and it's not just changing the aesthetic of it, so outside of it, it's also like changing the engine and everything. So then why not just buy a good car at that point? I mean, if it still comes down to way less expensive than a brand car, I guess I get it. Because, you know, the price is often crazy just for like the brand itself, right? So I get it, but okay, it's getting weird.
Specialize in cars driven by people who don't understand turn signals, but because they make cars more powerful and comfortable. Unlike ABT, Alpina is actually owned by BMW. They take the M cars and make them even more powerful while adding bits to their design. This is the Alpina B7, a 7 Series that's been tweaked here and there, and it's got a V8 with 600 horsepower. The normal V8 in the 750i had 443. Then we move to Brabus, perhaps the most infamous of the three. They've made some batch crazy cars like the Brabus W124500E and the Brabus EV12 7.3S. They of course specialize in Mercs, but they've also branched out towards other cars such as Rolls Royces and Porsches, because that is exactly what a comfortable car like a Ghost needs. More power! If you ever visited Japan, you'd most likely run into a car that looks like this. Basically a car that's super low and looks like it has broken suspension. It's not broken, because this is the Bippu or VIP style of body kits. These kits are for cars that would normally not have anything put on them, such as luxury sedans. And
which I don't understand how this even works. I mean, like, is there no road bump in Japan? Like, you know, the little road bump and all that? Because this would never clear any road bump. Or you'd have to use like Google Map or something with like settings to like take you to the street that has no road bump or something. I mean, I feel like even trying to like go uphill with this, you would just crash the bottom. Like, it's one of the styles that I personally don't get in terms of aesthetic. Like, it just seems like it would be one hell of a pain to drive, and I guess it would be too easy to break. So yeah, I mean, if people like it, they like it, but for me, this one is like, I don't know.
Originate from Japan. What part of Japan, you may be asking? The Yakuza part of Japan, no less, because allegedly, the Yakuza would use JDM cars with JDM mods to not be detected by police or other Yakuza. If I ever go MIA, y'all know why. I'm out here risking my life for content. If that isn't deserving of a like, I don't know.
Why is it so low? Why is it so low?
Not to mention, smaller gangs also took.
You can use air suspension to raise the body to avoid the contact. Oh, so it's not always this low? Like you have a button or something? So like, when you want it, it can be normal lights, but then when you're showing off, you can make it go down. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah.
Found some forms of the style in Japan. Remember Brabus, Alpina, and ABT? There's another brand within. A brand that goes by Novitec. Many regard this brand as the best brand out there for car body kits, and that's because they don't go crazy on the cars. In my opinion, a lot of their cars are tastefully done, and that's because they also make exhaust that make V12 cars sound like old Formula 1 machines. I don't have more to say. You can check out Novitec on YouTube and see for yourself how crazy they are. I think it's time that we discuss the most famous body kits ever made. The Qingdao Rising Pearl Trading Company Limited and the Lei Changshin Dongshui Auto Accessories Company Limited.
Hey, yo!
One of my viewers who goes by Valves told me that Veilside better be included in this video. Of course, there's only one car to include here, and both of us watching know what that car is. So as we know it, I'll skip it. You really think I could skip this? The Veilside RX-7, famously included in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. This is very...
So you're saying this is not like an original car, it's a body kit from the beginning? Definitely heard the term RX-7 a few times, yeah.
Very, very nice, and probably one of the most famous cars included in movies, but just so happens to be a future video topic. Liberty Walk Aventador and Liberty Walk GTR. Of course, these had to be included, but this brand has already been discussed, so I'd like to show another. RWB. I made y'all wait to the end. Dang, bro, but I don't give a fuck. You either know them or you don't, which means... I don't know. But here it has a meaning. From what I've noticed, there are three camps of people regarding RWB. Those who love it, those who hate it, and those who are split in the sense that they like what it stands for, but wouldn't let their fenders be cut. RWB was founded by Akira Nakai, and he's got a hands-on approach. That means he works on the cars himself.
We've seen a video about him,
and
yeah.
that's what makes this such a unique entry. Furthermore, the concept here is quite interesting. RWB stands for Rawawiltu Begurifo, or Raw Welt Begriff, which translates to Rough World Concept. All kits here are wide bodies, and they all have a similar vibe going on about them. I'm about to put some balls in a cup.
I do like
I'm
it.
gonna violently shift the cups. If you guess in which cup the balls have been held hostage, I'll put another video out tomorrow. If you fail, you gotta follow me on Insta and join the Discord. Let's go.
Right, I would say.
Nadim.
Wait, was it right?
Forward. Let's go. Nadim.
No, okay, I guess he didn't have any of them. Okay, good one, good one. I see the YouTubers are getting more crafty in their way to get people to do stuff. All right, interesting. As always with cars, I'm very out of the loop. I don't know too much. I don't know many things. I don't really know much about this culture. You know, most of those cars looks pretty good to me. Whether they're like original or body kit, as you said, it all looks pretty nice to me. That's my take on it, I guess. And again, I can't say I dislike the concept of like you buy a cheap car, but you want to make it look good without buying an expensive car, so you just buy a body kit. And while your car is still kind of like normal inside, the look of it make you feel good. Like if it's just to say like, you know, to lie that you have an expensive car, it's kind of silly. But if it's just because you like the look, but you can't afford like the real one, I don't see the problem.